Hey there guys, I'm Sarah, welcome back to my channel. It is finally time for every writer's second dreadest month of the year. It's Preptober! Yay! It is... For those of you who don't know, Preptober is October. Clearly, where you prep for NaNoWriMo. So prepping for NaNoWriMo-tober. October is one of my most favourite months of the year, partly because of Preptober, and second of all because it's Halloween this month, and I can't wait for Halloween to be here so it can be gone and NaNoWriMo can start, because I hate Halloween. It is the beginning of October, which starts every writer's plans for NaNoWriMo. I am taking part in this year, as you can clearly obviously see. I am prepping for it, duh. So I am a weird one. I don't usually take part in Preptober. I aim to take part in Preptober, I just don't ever do it because I don't plan things at all, and if I do plan things I ignore the deadline I've given myself and then I don't do it. So here's me trying to call myself organised and I'm the furthest thing from it. But I'm determined to be organised this year, and I'm going to take part in Preptober in its fullest, in whatever way that people use Preptober for, which it's writing, so any blimmin' way that you damn well want to. So yeah. Each week following up to the start of NaNoWriMo, I'm going to focus on something different to prepare my novel, to prepare myself, to prepare my space for taking part in NaNoWriMo. This is week 1, organisation. I made my pretty board and I stuck it right there at the back of my desk so I would always see it. But clearly if I'm actually, you know, using my laptop, I can't see it, but I can see this little bit around the outer edge, so I know it's there, and then I can sort of see 2 of the things I need to do here. But it's okay because I also have it in my bullet journal. Nice and colourful, because I don't have any colour pens to go on my board, so it's nice and colourful in here with the cats. If you can't tell, I'm a cat person. So slide you back there. Right, now I'm not just planning this story throughout Preptober. I have been planning and working on this story since since April of this year. April is when I started planning this story, because it isn't just me going in, you know, all willy-nilly. It'll be fine. It won't be fine. Clearly I can't write, so it won't be fine. But this is a big one. This is a very, very big novel which I am attempting this NaNoWriMo, and I want to do it justice, and I don't want crap fest of revisions that I've had to suffer so far for Nephilim to then be in this novel. So I have gone in world building, character arcs, character development, plot, more plot. I've got setting, I've got culture, I've got everything, I hope, for the backstory for this novel. So I have a decent outline for it, because already I'm just plotting and I'm finding it difficult to fill in the spaces between all of the snapshots I've got in my head, which amount to less plot than I originally assumed I had. This is why I don't plot my novels, because I can't plot my novels. But yeah, I'm going to do my darndest. So for the first week of Preptober, from the 1st to the 7th this week, I'm going to focus on organising everything that I have for my story, for the novel itself, and making sure that I have sort of all of the details that I will need, you know, in order to write it, basically. So the first thing I am going to organise is my storyboard. Now I storyboard all my novels, every novel I'm working on. You may have seen it in a couple of previous videos, but my lovely board up at the top here is usually filled with post-it notes detailing the 60 scenes of the novel, all beautifully colour coded into different focuses of the scene at the time. I'm going to go deeper into that in another video when I'm actually physically storyboarding my novel, because I get a bit serious with it. Not that I follow it. I do follow it, I promise. So yeah, the first thing I need to do is storyboard everything, put it up on my nice pretty little board up here, so that is also constantly staring me in the face. The second thing I need to do is write my outline. Now I'm currently using CardFlow on the iPad, it's an iPad app, to sort of basic outline, or at least basic 60 scene my novel. I wanted to get the basic outline done by the 1st of October, and as I'm sitting here on the 30th of October I still have not done that. So score one for the deadlines, I've already missed it. I'm going to need to do it tomorrow. I need to write at least, my aim is to write at least 500 words per chapter, I want to say, or do I want to do it per scene? I'll do it per chapter because per scene was difficult last time. So I want to write at least 500 words per chapter for the outline, whether that's including setting, whether that's including a bit of dialogue that I have in my head, which I've thankfully been thinking of over the past few days. I've had dialogue pop into my head for these scenes I'm thinking of, which is super handy, because I was wondering when that would start, and it started now that I'm thinking more about the novel itself. And I want to be able to look at my outline with the detail in it and be able to work off of that for NaNoWriMo, rather than struggle trying to think up something to write. Because even if I'm doing word sprints, that can be difficult, and then stuff doesn't make sense, and then we have a crap ton of blimmin' revision and rewrites, which I don't want to have to deal with anymore. The third thing I want to get sorted is a series Bible. Now I've already technically started this in my notebook. This is technically the series Bible for this novel. It's not filled out at all. I have a few of my world building notes, a couple of character notes, and you know, pages and pages of plot that don't add up. But I want to hop onto Scrivener and set up a series Bible, which, you know, sort of details all of the settings that I'm going to be using, so I have an easier time describing them, because I suck at description, especially when I'm writing my first draft. I want notes on the characters, notes on the world, and sort of everything put together in one place, so I don't have to research something if I'm writing it. Not that you should research when you're writing the first draft, but I'm being a bit different personally this time, because I want this first draft to be as good as I can make it. So I want my first draft to be like a second draft, which is why I'm going into so much trouble planning all of this stuff. But no, I need my series Bible there ready so I can look up stuff as I go. So if I do go off course a little bit, I'll have more knowledge on the world, on where they are, on, you know, the characters and their past, in order for me to draw usable plot points from and things like that. So I need to focus on that this week. And the fourth thing I want to focus on this week for organisation is character notes. Sort of stick it in with the series Bible. I suppose it's more notes on the characters themselves, a little bit about their backstory, making sure that I have their character arcs ready and available for me to look at and flip through. All of my characters suffer from different conditions. One of the main characters has severe anxiety, where she has panic attacks. Another character has fibromyalgia. One of the characters suffers from depression. One of the characters is an amputee. One of the characters is Arrow Ace, and I fully understand that Arrow Ace and is not a condition. So, so she doesn't have a condition, she just is Arrow Ace, but it is still something that I need to research to make sure that I am representing her properly and correctly and non-stereotypical or offensively. So all of these things I want to include in the story notes about these conditions, about how they might live with these conditions, based on fantastic research from some friends. I like writing down if they have any quirks, noting down how they act or how they present with certain emotions, how they act when they're angry, when they're super angry, how they act when they're happy, etc, etc, so I can show instead of tell. All of these things that I'm focusing on are things that I have had to focus on during rewrites and revisions for Nephilim, and I do not want to have to work on so much with the revisions for my NaNoWriMo project. So this is why I'm trying to be as organised as possible, so I have less work to do in the future. So future me, you're welcome. You're welcome. So that is what I am doing for my first week for Preptober, my organisation week. How are you guys prepping for Preptober for this first week or for the entire month? I don't know how you guys are breaking it down. Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Good thoughts and happy writing.